Sometimes when we request things from God and He doesn't answer as quickly as we carnally want, it doesn't mean that God is deaf. It doesn't mean that God is impartial. It doesn't mean that He is doing it for other people and He has refused to do it for you. Look inwardly and see truly if what you are actually asking is what you needed at the moment. You might be asking God for a car, but in a real sense, you don't have a job. You might be asking God for a wife, but in a real sense, you're not yet prepared for marriage. You're not yet prepared to run a home. Running a home is not just about calling each other baby, going to the mall together, or wearing the same apparel or anything. It's not about the emotional or the romantic side of it. It's about how you are willing to handle your responsibilities and do this as a man. You might be asking God for a husband, but then inside you, you are still not yet prepared. You are yet to live that baby girl's life. You are not yet motherly oriented. You are not yet ready for anything that has to do with mother. You are not yet ready. You are not yet ripened inside to handle that. You are able to bear a child, you are of age to bear a child, doesn't necessarily equate that you are mentally ready for marriage. If you are asking God for a job and at the same time putting effort to look for that job, it will be answered. I know God. I know how He operates. People do not really know the pattern and how to approach prayer and God. They always think it's all about themselves and what they want, and it's a must that God must listen to them because they say He's a merciful God. God does not answer your prayers based on what you think you need, but based on what you truly need. And trust that those provisions that He's going to make for you are what you are going to use to climb if you use your common sense. What He's going to provide you with is what you are going to use to climb to whatsoever place you wish to climb to. One step at a time. God is not a magician. Stop treating God like a magician. God is a universal force. He hears you. Don't think He's deaf. Don't think He's blind. Stop shouting. Stop messing things up. This is not the purpose of Christianity. This is not the intent of Christianity. You can't possibly claim that you know God and suffer. The only thing that you need to do is appreciate the stage that you are in life. As long as you have ambition, step by step, that is exactly what you are going to encounter before you get to that your place. It only takes stages of life, step by step, before you get there. If you are planning to get there overnight, I promise you one thing. You'll always be frustrated, you'll always be angry, you'll always be jealous, you'll always be envious of other people's success. Wake up. Wake up. Most of you do not even know who or what you are communicating or addressing. And it's no surprise the reason why most of the prayers are not answered. You must first of all know who you are addressing to. You can't possibly send the message to the wrong number or to the wrong person and expect that very person to return the expected message. You must be very clear of the person you are sending it to. You must be very clear of the message. The message must be coming from within, from your very essence. You must connect in order to receive. You must connect in order for Him to intercede. I've realized this very thing. Most people who do not know God pray the most. They are always praying everything that requires logic, reasoning. They pray. They are spiritually dull, but church awoken. Understand that the reason why we go to church is not for us to go and find God. In fact, the church is a place where the people who already know God go to strengthen their faith. Yes, you don't find God in church. I make this bold statement. You don't find God in church. You go to church to strengthen your faith in God. Most of you claim you don't worship idols. Most of you claim you don't worship any other God aside God. But that is the saddest level of belief. Not even knowing who you are worshiping. Not even knowing who you are subscribing, believing in. Those who worship idols are way better than you because who and what they serve are very definite and precise, specific. You did that. But you that claims you work for God, that walks in the vineyard of God, you listen to God. When we see you act, you hardly represent. You hardly communicate in what that seems to resonate with the Christian faith. Your character sucks. Your character sucks. You have a very foul character. You are not kind in nature. You are wicked. You are bereft of reasoning and logic. And one thing that most people that I know that are godly, who knows God, have in common is this.